Berkeley. How you doing?
Hi, Leticia.
I mean, I'm glad to be out of jail. Obviously, jail's not great. Why aren't you guys talking to Greg? He wants to talk to you.
We did. What do you think of the technicality?
I don't think there is a technicality. I think the law is pretty clear, and I'm a judge. I know the law. So I never actually had to go to probation at all, and I did in an effort to abide by the terms and conditions that had been set because I'm dedicated to upholding the law like I always have been.
Greg says you want to go back to work.
Whoa.
Is that true?
I didn't see you there.
Judge, what are you going to do?
Do I want to go back to work? Of course. I never wanted to stop working. I love my job. I love this city. I'm incredibly committed to it, as I always have been.
Are you hopeful now in a way that you weren't before?
Well, it's over. It's finally going to be over. I said last time that it wasn't over and that this would inevitably occur. So, yeah, I'm glad it's going to be done.
What are you going to do now?
I'm going to go take a shower with some real soap, and I'm going to wash my hair with some real shampoo, and then I'm going to use some real conditioner and probably put some lotion on.
No, but I'm talking seriously, like, what are you going to do tomorrow? I'm sorry, let me rephrase. What are you going to do Monday? Are you going to come back to work here, or do you do other things? What do you do?
I don't plan my life that far in advance, Berkeley. I have no idea what I'm going to do Monday. I legit am stopping at washing and drying my hair.
Do you feel at all apologetic about putting the community and the system and maybe even your family through everything that's happened?
You know, that's a difficult question because I've never ever wavered from the fact that I wasn't intoxicated. So it's hard to feel sorry for that. Certainly I've driven under the influence before, and so I'll accept that I deserve this because karma comes around. And so I think that I certainly could have been nicer to the trooper that day, irrespective of how I felt that he was treating me. I apologized to him that day. I've apologized to him again subsequently for the way that I spoke to him. I was very upset. I was very offended. I'm certainly sorry that this media storm has surrounded people that I care about, but I do feel like some of that wasn't under my control. In November, I pled guilty to a violation because I was guilty. It had a myriad of legal problems. It had a bunch of issues with it, but I pled guilty because I was guilty. And since then, I've continually been in the news, and it has, in large part, been beyond my control.
You said you got it's over, but Judge Aronson still will have to rule on this on December 1st, whether or not this motion has any merit.
I don't have anything to say to that. I don't have any comment about Judge Aronson.
Judge, I guess what I was...
Berkeley, you don't get all the questions. You don't get all the questions. Somebody else want to talk? I don't even like Berkeley. He's always showing up at my house unannounced.
No, I followed the notice on your door.
Yeah,
Here's
you posted it.
From the
no
sidewalk.
trespassing.
From the sidewalk.
Sorry.
I guess my question was, what I was looking for was some contrition to the community for, going through this entire saga with you. They're upset with you.
I think it depends on what portion of the community you're talking to. I am a Rochester City Court judge, so the people that can vote for me live in the city of Rochester, and I have felt an immense and incredible amount of support from the people that live in the demographic that I actually deal with. They've expressed nothing but unwavering faith and well wishes and prayers, and I deeply appreciate them. I'm sorry that this happened, obviously. I mean, it's been incredibly difficult and traumatic for me and for my family, and if I could undo everything, would I be nicer to the trooper? Yeah, I think that could have avoided all of this, but I can't. And I think that everything happens for a reason, including going to jail twice. I met a lot of very interesting people. I've learned an amazing amount. So it's difficult for me to say I would undo anything, thank you, because I think it all matters. I think it all happened for a reason, and it shapes me into a better person. Am I sorry for drinking after the conviction, since that's what I pled guilty to? Yeah, I was in a horrible place. I was in a really bad place. I didn't want to deal with my feelings. I didn't expect to be convicted. It was very difficult for me to cope, and I pled guilty. I went to a treatment program to find other ways to deal with coping. I did everything I could do, and now I'm just glad it'll be over. This is a misdemeanor. I don't know any person that's dealt with a misdemeanor DWI for this long.
Judge, is it over though? That's what we're trying to clarify, because when we spoke to Zach Maurer, he was saying, it's still to be determined whether this actually was an issue with the timing of when the probation terms were delivered to that's still up in the air? Are we correct about that?
I am not going to speak to allegedly pending legal things. I'm just going to say that last time I saw you, I told you I'd see you again. This time, I anticipate I'll see you on December 1st and never again, like I hadn't ever in the last 36 years that I was alive. There's plenty of stuff that I would have loved to be in the news for that I did that I think was newsworthy that never made it. It sucks to be famous for this.
On July 13th, when the Scram device went off, was that because you consumed alcohol?
No, Berkeley. I have an ETG test that proves, a hair follicle test, 2 ETG tests that I did at probation that show I wasn't drinking. It just doesn't matter what I do, and I've been saying that for a long time. There's not any question. Literally 2 urine tests show that there was no consumption of alcohol. This whole thing started over an ETG test when I was in a different country. And I come in and I take an ETG test, and that's not good enough suddenly. It doesn't make sense to me.
So the only time you had something to drink since the conviction was
October. I don't remember the date, but it was in October. So it's been over a year. Just like it's been over a year for the ignition interlock, just like I've done over 2 months in jail, which is the max you can do on a probation split sentence. It's just been a lot, and so I'm glad it's over. And I'm not even really allowed to talk to you guys. I just am really bad at rules that I don't agree with. So, anybody else? No? Thanks so much, guys. Have a good day. Hello, sunshine. You brought me my phone. You love me.